Texas history is not going the way that I expected. Welcome back to Making Everyday Magic. My name is Shauna, and if you are new here, we are a homeschooling family of 4. We are in our 8th year of homeschooling, and we have a 7th grader and a 3rd grader. Today, I wanted to come on and give you just a little bit of an explanation inside what we're doing for Texas history for the 2024-2025 school year. Before we go any further, please scroll down, hit the big red subscribe button, turn on that bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. I will link everything that I am talking about down in the description box for easy finding. You can also find everything that we are using for this year and previous years linked over on my favorites page on my website. So, Texas history is not going the way that I thought it would. If you don't know, are you in a, do all states teach state history? Because I honestly don't know. Texas has Texas history. We teach it specifically. So the public school counterparts get Texas history in 4th grade, and I think again in 7th grade. So because I have a 3rd grader and a 7th grader, we have actually already done Texas history one time through when my oldest was younger, and my youngest comes along for history. So we have actually already done it. For that level, we used the periodical prints of Studies Weekly. It's a really fun concept. They send you, it's essentially like a folded newspaper, and you get one for every week. And it's fun, and it's great. After we already owned that program, they made some public decisions to satisfy the Educational Board of Florida, which I can't recommend or get behind. So therefore, I do not recommend it, and I do not get behind it. I did think that because I already owned that program that we would be utilizing that again in Texas history this time. And this time, my base, you guys know, I'm not one of those people who's like writing my own curriculum. I'm not doing that. I don't have an interest in that. I would feel like I was failing. Like that's not for me. That is not for me. Not for me. And that's okay. There's an amazing resource out there called Free Fun Texas History, and it does cover an elementary level everything that you need from, early indigenous peoples through joining the United States. Everything that you need. Amazing resources linked. She even has a parallel that goes with like recommended field trips. Super awesome. So I was like, okay, this will be where I start, and then I will use the Studies Weekly, or we have several books on hand, Voices of the Alamo and Susanna of the Alamo, which I think is based on I think it's the only white woman who was at the Alamo for the Battle of the Alamo. So I don't think it was the only woman, but so this was my plan. And I thought it would be more geared toward my 3rd grader, but we would use it all together was my plan. That is not what has happened, unexpectedly. So the Free Fun Texas History does not go very far into the indigenous people's study of Texas, of which many Native American tribes lived here, roamed here. We're in Houston. I mean, there are still Native American tribes who have areas, reservations near us that we can visit. So it was very important to me to dive deeper into that. And so with that, we've actually spent the bulk of the fall learning about the indigenous peoples of Texas. And we've just really started moving into the explorers and the Spanish missions, which Spanish missions, there are actually quite a lot of them in our state parks and things like that. So we will be taking a field trip in the spring. I'm very excited. So we have started really deep diving these Native American indigenous peoples of Texas, which has been amazing. So I have been utilizing the Free Fun Texas History kind of as a framework. And from there, based on my children's learning styles, we are searching out YouTube videos and more resources. We are so fortunate. There are some amazing museums in and around our area here in Texas, in Houston. Actually, the Sam Houston Historical Society in downtown Houston actually has a Karankawa exhibit coming it's in partnership with the Karankawa tribe in an effort to dispel some of the very negative stereotypes and rumors that have persisted about their tribe. So we will be visiting that. That actually opened I think yesterday. So we're very excited to get out there and visit that. We are in a very unique position. Again, here in Houston, we are very close to the San Jacinto Monument, and we will be taking more trips. There is a restaurant, I know, here in the Houston area called Taste of Texas. And the owners are very, very passionate about Texas history and Texas memorabilia. So even just walking through the restaurant, it's like a trip through a museum. And the wonderful owners actually host fourth graders every year to their restaurant. They feed them a little chicken tender lunch, give them a very, very in-depth, wonderful conversation, a whole presentation about Texas history and the Alamo. It's fantastic. So we are going to get ourselves signed up for that because it is open and available to homeschoolers. So cool. You just have to get on the list. So we will be doing that as well. I am excited that Texas history has taken this turn for us. So instead of being stale and stagnant, it's kind of a living thing for us at this point because of the way that we are searching out resources. So I did want to come here and I do want to share them with you in case it is something that you find helpful, or maybe it's not even about Texas history for you. Maybe it is about, oh, I have this idea, how can I flesh it out? And so the Free Fund Texas History is absolutely a wonderful framework. There's printable flashcards. There are wonderful printed worksheets and things like that that are just simply amazing to utilize, that are giving us that kind of framework to give me the confidence to branch out a little bit on my own and to search out in depth a little bit more some of those topics that we do want to learn a little bit more about. So no, Texas history isn't going to plan. However, it's going amazing. So I am really excited. My kids are really excited. I will be sure to link the YouTube playlist that I have found right down below. There's some amazing videos about the indigenous peoples of Texas that are actually signed. So it's got audio and it has a person signing the entire video, which is another way to just kind of integrate diversity in your homeschool, is just to look for resources that are put out by a diverse network of people. So for me, this is what we try to do, and I am excited. I'm excited to come here and share it with you. I'm excited that we're diving deep into Texas history. Again, I'm going to link the things that we're using down below, but it is kind of a hodgepodge, and I'm really excited about it. It's not a path that I often take, but it is really inspiring when it does happen. There's actually a podcast, which right now I can't remember the name of, Texas Standards History Minute, and it's short, tiny little segments of Texas history available via podcast. There are also so many museums, and fortunately the creator of Free Fund Texas History has those linked right on her page. You can it's just a hyperlinked text. You can just take it right over to the museums and national parks that do have amazing resources for Texas. Now, if you're not in Texas, this may be something that is also available for you in your state. It just might be sourcing out the information, finding the resources. Guys, I hope that you found any of this helpful, entertaining, or informative. If you did, please scroll down, hit that big red subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and give this video a thumbs up. As always, you can find me right on down in the comments or over on Instagram at Making Everyday Magic. Thanks for coming along with me. I was just really excited to share with you that Texas history is going awesome. And I'm proud of myself for branching out, getting out of my comfort zone, and sourcing a few things. Bye, guys.